Today I'm going to be showing you why you don't need to burn your jollof rice in order to achieve that perfect smoky flavor. And by the end of this video, you are going to be able to cook that desired smoky jollof rice like a pro. Let's get cooking. The first thing I like to do, which is actually the most important thing in this recipe, is to roast my bell peppers, tomatoes, onions, and garlic. And to do this, I like to grease my peppers with some oil. Now, you have to be generous doing this so that you can achieve that well-roasted flavor in your peppers. While the bell peppers are getting ready, I'm going to start with my beef. I'm using beef today, as you can see, but you can also use chicken if that is what you have. So I'll just season this with some rosemary. I'll be using chicken stock powder. You can use the cubes if that is what you have. Some black pepper, salt, and paprika. Now mix this together until all these meat pieces are evenly coated. Now my peppers are well roasted. As you can see, they are looking nice, but I did not burn these peppers. As you can see, you don't want them burnt, you only want them roasted. So I've left this to cool for a while, and I'll now be blending everything together. To get this started, I'll just be adding a little bit of water so that it's going to make the whole process easier for my blender. Once the peppers are well blended, nice and smooth, I'm going to be setting that aside and I'm going to work on the beef. I'm going to be adding a tablespoon of oil in my pan. I'm using a very large pan so that the meat can be able to move around. So I'm going to start by frying the meat in the oil. Once it's a little bit browned, I'm going to be adding some diced onions, bay leaf, and a little bit of minced habanero pepper. If you don't want it spicy, you can skip that. Now mix everything together, then cover it and let the meat cook in its own juice for about 5 minutes. After that, I'm going to open up the pot and add some water because we need enough stock to cook our jollof rice. So I'm going to be adding more water, then I'll cover it again and leave it to cook until the meat becomes tender. At this point, I'm going to be separating the beef from the stock. I'm not throwing away anything. I'm going to be reserving the stock for later use. To fry my meat, I'm going to be adding some oil into a pan. Wait for the oil to get heated up. Then I'm going to start frying my beef. Once the meat is well browned on both sides, I'm going to be taking them from the oil and setting them aside. In the same pan with the same oil, I'm going to be adding some onions. Now I'm going to fry these onions until they become tender. Another tip I like to share is that making smoky jollof rice does not require a whole lot of oil. The main thing we are supposed to do is to roast the peppers. Once you do that, you are going to need a little bit of oil to fry your sauce. Once the onions are tender, I will now be adding my tomato paste. We want to fry this tomato paste for a couple of minutes. You know, tomato paste comes with some sour taste, so that is what we are trying to fry off. And we also need this tomato paste to enhance the flavor of the jollof and to add more color to our jollof rice. It's now time to add the main ingredients of the day, which is our roasted pepper sauce. Now I'm going to stir this in, then I'm going to be adding my seasoning. I'm going to be using black pepper, smoked paprika for a more smoky flavor. I'll be using chicken seasoning powder. If you don't have the powder, go for the cubes. Curry powder, thyme, and salt to taste. Now mix this together until all the ingredients are well combined. I'll be leaving this on the stove top again for about 1 minute to simmer so that all the ingredients can have the time to come together. It's now time to stir in our rice. Today I'm using the basmati rice, which I really love so much, but you can use the long grain parboiled rice if that is what you like. However, I want you to keep it in mind that the basmati rice cooks faster than the parboiled rice. So now I'm going to mix all this rice together until everything is coated with our thick sauce. Now I'm going to be adding our reserved beef stock. Stir it again one more time, then I'm going to cover it. I first used a foil to cover the pot before using the main lid, and the reason is because this rice is going to steam, not boil, and I don't want all the steam to escape. I want everything to be concentrated inside the pot. Steaming the jollof rice will result into well separated grains, while boiling it is going to make the rice go mushy. So steam under a low heat and don't boil your jollof rice. Now my jollof rice is all done. Look at that color. It's looking really nice. The grains are well separated. My house smells extremely delicious right now. So there's one more thing I like to do. I like to add in my butter. This is totally optional, but trust me, it does enhance the flavor of the jollof rice. So with this recipe, I hope you can enter your kitchen with confidence and cook your jollof rice like a pro. So that is it again for today. Thank you very much for joining me. All the details you need to today's recipe can be found in the description box below. Until next time, I'll talk to you shortly. Enjoy.